Good afternoon and welcome to Southshore High School. This is one of the most anticipated games of the entire season. I feel like a broken record because all these games at the end of the season have been huge matchups, and this one is the same. Eagle Brooklyn versus South Shore, presented by Eagle Academy for Young Men. So again, good afternoon. This is Andre Johnson on the call. Ray Jarvis will be right with me. And this is just a huge matchup for so many reasons that we'll get into. But first, again, this game is brought to you by Eagle Academy. And one of our sponsors as well is Boxed and Bound. Brooklyn, what's up? It's game day in the Flossie. Eagle Academy taking on Southshore, both fighting for PSAL 4A dominance. The crowd's live, the energy's wild, and November just pulled up. Fresh month, fresh moves, and Box and Bounds already on the go. Marketplace deliveries, apartment runs, and 5-star service across the city. DM Box and Bound NYC on Instagram and then use the code NYC Football right now for $15 off your next delivery. Box and Bound, NYC's white glove movers with real hustle. So let's get into the players to watch. And let's start with Eagle Academy. And, of course, it is the young sophomore, Zaire Schulters. And it's crazy. I've been watching for so long, it's crazy even calling him young because I feel like we've been watching Zaza through youth, and now – he was on Canarsie last year, and he's here on Eagle Academy. Zaza has been one of the most electric players in all of New York City. And in this matchup, it's going to be so important for him to get a lot of touches and for him to be effective with his touches. Last week, he was the only shining spot on the offense for Eagle Academy, and hopefully for Eagle Academy, for their sake, it's not the same. Hopefully their other playmakers get involved, but it all starts with Zaza. And number 8, Josiah Brown, everybody knows him as Carrot throughout New York City. He is one of the most electric players as well. On Eagle Academy, he has a different role than he had on Canarsie last year. He's been playing a lot of safety. He has been an extremely effective wide receiver as well. But I've said this on the podcast. I truly feel like in games like this, it's Josiah Brown is the one that needs to get the ball. He is the one that has proven in the Battle of the Floss last year, he's against the South Shore team, he's proven in Lincoln, in Lehigh, in E-Hall, that he will make plays when the lights get the brightest. So those are the two players to watch for Eagle Academy. And if we move to South Shore, it's 8 and it's number 12. George Adams has been coming into his own as a quarterback, threw for 5 touchdowns last week. But it's a different matchup. It's not Fort Hamilton. This is a matchup between 2 playoff teams, 2 teams fighting for playoff seeding today. And they're fighting for a lot more than playoff seeding, of course, It's bragging rights, is everything. You call it the Lemon Pepper Bowl, whatever you want to call it. This is George's first time in this kind of matchup. He struggled in the Tottenville matchup. I can't say Eagle is the same level as Tottenville. But as far as competition, this is going to be his biggest test of the year. Can he deliver? Can he stay on his feet? And can he avoid the big mistake? And the last thing he has to do is get the ball to number 12, the road runner, the Hampton Pirate bound Adrian Antoine. I have been so impressed with Adrian this year. Of course, the big dogs graduated. He had to move into that place, and he's done more than that. He's been the go-to guy for this offense, whether it's running the Wildcat, catching a screen, breaking it 70 yards like he did against Brooklyn Tech. Adrian Antoine has definitely elevated his game, and they're going to have to find a way to get him the ball. They have a ton of playmakers. You know, they got Rowley, number 4. They got Tymere Lewis, number 1. But it's all going to start with the Roadrunner, Adrian Antoine. So those are the players to watch. I see everybody getting into the chat. I see people using their emojis. Dre, how you doing, my guy? Jay. In the battle of the pier, it was the Sharks. Was it 58-14? Was that the score? Yeah, that's a big day, big day. My guy, Jared Valuzzi. Well, we got a celebrity in the chat. That's crazy. Jared Valuzzi. How you doing, my guy? Yeah, as far as the Wildcat goes, you know, it's been number 7, Silas Sealy. It's been number 12, Adrian Antoine. But this front 7 is very, very good. You know, we talk about Daryl Gatewood. We talk about Matthew Taylor in the middle of that Eagle Academy defense. Very, very talented players, and it'll be very important as well. We know the ends. Number 11, Chase Hyacinth. Number 18, Sincere Hester. We know them, but Matthew Taylor and Daryl Gatewood is going to be so important for them to dominate the middle of that defense and force the ball outside to those ends. And if there's a play, they got to make it. Coop. I see Coop in the chat. Good win. You said 4 carries, 3 touchdowns. That's very tough, my boy. So it looks like the Vikings on their senior day are going to receive the ball first. I am not alone, just like I said. You know him. You love him. Mr. Ray Jarvis.
Good morning. On, man? Good to be back in Canarsie. Big-time matchup. High noon once again alongside Andre Johnson. Real quick, shout out to the construction at Southshore that had me making wild dope moves to get inside the building. This is why I'm a chief. Let's let it be known. Shout out to the Canarsie Chiefs. They make it easy getting in their building. You know, we slander it early.
Listen, you kind of in enemy territory. You got to be careful. You're on the wrong side of Canarsie, man.
Holding me up takes me 10 minutes to get inside this building. Shout out to the Chiefs, man. But we got the Vikings this afternoon.
And look at this. Did Eagle Academy learn something from Tottenville last week? Look how they're lining up for this kickoff.
It's all about new tech, Dre.
And it is going to be a squib kick. It's on the ground. Who has it? Did Eagle Academy steal a possession?
As long as it's good.
And Eagle Academy with this onside kick right out of Tottenville's book.
The up man hits him directly in the hand. He handled it as if the football was hot, fresh out the oven. Couldn't corral it. We have a change of possession to start the day. That's a tough break for the Vikings.
Man. I know Coach Brian Neville, head coach. Oh, no, excuse me. They pointed the wrong direction.
Yo, get this bee out of here, man.
What? The bees are always attacking.
Yo, I don't know why. I'm about to violate.
That's Ray's fighting a bee. So, excuse me. The Vikings have the ball. He's really in battle with this bee. The referee pointed in the wrong direction. Ray, I'm not wilding, right?
No, he pointed in the direction of Eagle. In the midst of me slaughtering the bee.
So it is Vikings ball. They're going to start in the Wildcat, and it goes nowhere because Chase Hyacinth is right there to gobble it up.
I think it's the coffee.
So guys in the chat.
No, that was
right. He pointed
in direction of Eagle.
Eagle sideline went crazy.
Wow.
All right. So it's going to be, let's call it a 2nd and 12.
Shout out to Dre with the stain-proof material. Oh, all right. I'm about to go home because they're attacking me. I'm about to go home because this is the second.
Ball's on the ground. Oh, and it's just a bad start for the Vikings offense.
Jesus Christ. Is he coming to defend his man? Is that what it is?
So it's a third and 16 as Ray Jarvis. Is Ray Jarvis versus the Bees. Is Eagle versus the Vikings.
I got one body down. I'm willing to kill more bees if I have to.
So it's a 3rd and 16.
3rd and 16, stain-proof cloth and bees. Happy noon, everyone.
And there's a flag.
It's November 1st. I shouldn't be fighting bees anymore.
And this is going to be an offsides on Eagle Academy.
Matter of fact, I know what I'm going to do.
So we're a little off. So now it's about a 3rd and 14. The first down is the 45-yard line. George throws the screen, and it's incomplete. That was intended for Rowley, number 4.
This is crazy.
So a really bad start for the Vikings, but I guess it's not as catastrophic as it could have been if Eagle Academy had the ball at midfield.
It's kind of the same setup when you think about it, because where the fumble was initially recovered, where they said it was Eagle football, it's kind of the same spot.
Well, it depends on the punt here. If they,
True.
hopefully, for the Vikings' sake, they can execute
Chances
the punt.
are it's going to be a shank. The football guys know how to do right.
Oh, so you're going right to the football guys.
Of course, they got cheated.
Yeah, some people saying they pointed the Vikings away. They definitely did not.
They did not. We're looking. We have direct head-on sight with the field.
And it looks like they're coming after this punt.
Oh.
And just like Ray Jarvis, as Ray Jarvis looks at me, the football gods give the ball back to Eagle Academy in plus territory. Don't know what happened there.
The people in my personal life know that I'm a bit of a clairvoyant, so understand that the football gods did what they needed to do there, because it should have been Eagle football. It was pointed Eagle ball, and now it's deep inside of Vikings territory while I scrap at bees, get some play calls right, action-packed first quarter.
And again, this is not how the Vikings wanted to start this game. The Vikings are the underdogs in this game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And giving Eagle Academy the ball 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line, that is not the ideal start.
At all.
So starting at quarterback is going to be Martin Koppelman. Zaza in the backfield.
Playoff implications for this matchup after this play, Dre?
Yes, I'm going to give you the playoff implications. I'm going to hand it off to Zaza right away, and that's a great job. Number 54, Mr. Wilson, blowing that play up. So, playoff implications. Essentially, we don't know exactly where these teams are going to be because we're waiting to see if JFK is going to make the playoffs. So, essentially, this could be for the 5th seed in the playoffs.
Okay.
So, right now, you have to imagine Tottenville, E-Hall, Curtis, Lincoln, right, once they reseed. And we'll continue to go after this play in the I formation, 2nd and 8. Going to hand it off again to Zaza.
Ooh.
And this time, it's number 44 in the backfield. That's Tristan Smith.
Smith blowing that up in the backfield. It seems like the Eagles know exactly the Vikings know exactly what the Eagles want to do, and they're blowing up these runs right before they get some action.
So there is an injured player on the field here at Sage Media. We like to take it off, the camera off of the player, but that looks like number 11 is okay, Mrs. Silvera.
I see some E-Hall jackets in the attendance. Is there some scouting, playoff potential matchups going on here?
E-Hall, congratulations. They won their game 50-not a lot on Thursday night over Wagner. So, they got a free afternoon. Why not come watch some potential first round matchup? You don't know exactly where these teams are going to end up because of the seeding, just like I was saying. So this could be for the 5th seed. This could be for the 6th seed, depending on if JFK jumps over these two teams. It's crazy because both of these teams are going to play. Eagle Academy beat JFK. Southshore play JFK next week.
That's going to be an interesting matchup next week, Andre.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a 3rd and 7. Eagle tried to establish the run, not able to do that. We have all come to know and love Eagle for airing the ball out. It's going to be the first time real test for the Vikings secondary. Martin throws it, and it's caught. Great catch, C.J. McCracken for the first down.
C.J. McCracken, the slider, catches the pass a little bit behind him, gets his bearings, and gets upfield for a big-time first down. Looks to be maybe first and goal.
Yes, it will be first and goal for Eagle Academy on about the 9-yard line, going no huddle here. Grayson in the backfield, fake it to him, throws it to Carrot, and what a great job from Trevor Smith Jr. on coverage.
Trevor Smith Jr. like a blanket on coverage there, leaving the receiver no room to make a play, and did so without interfering. In this era of football, it's tough to play that kind of blanket coverage without a flag being thrown.
And that's a timeout Southshore. And it's going to be so important. I actually mentioned this on the podcast on Monday. Trevor Smith Jr., number 9, one of the best secondary players in this league. Where are the defensive coaches going to use him? As you see there, they had him lined up one-on-one with Josiah Brown. Round 1 goes to Trevor Smith.
Mm-hmm. I like what I saw right there. This is going to be an interesting matchup. There's a lot of quiet as kept. You know, maybe it's not a banner year for the Vikings as far as where they are in the standings, but there's a lot of talent on this roster.
It's a very young roster as well. Have about 15 seniors when I asked before, but they're key players. You know, George Adams is coming back. Shalik Williams, number 20. I've really been impressed with him at running back. He's coming back. You know, Trevor is only a sophomore, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they lose the Roadrunner and Adrian Antoine, but a bright future for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah. Another team you're going to have to contend with. And, of course, with transfers and shakeups, we see on the Eagles side how transfers can change over a roster year over year. So we have to keep our eye out for that as well.
So a full house formation. They're going to toss it to Zaza to the right, and he's going to walk in. Touchdown, Eagle Academy.
Shelters with help from the offensive line. A late flag just comes in, turns the corner untouched, scampering in the end zone for his first tutty of the game.
There is a flag, and it's going to be a holding.
What? That's
on Eagle, it looks like.
Wait a minute. That flag came in after he was celebrating a touchdown, though. Let's get some. That's the latest holding call I've ever seen. The flag came out while Shelters was celebrating.
So hold on. Let's see. What did they call? Hold on. Here we go. No. Okay. I think it was a touchdown, and this is the 2-point conversion because it says first down.
Well, it might have been a.
So I'm pretty sure
really
the
know.
touchdown stands. We're not sure exactly. I think this is the 2-point conversion here. Hand it off to Zaza. He gets in. Is this the touchdown or is this the 2-point conversion?
Questions that need answers.
Yes, that was the 2-point conversion.
So what was the flag?
Can't tell you what the flag was.
Let's get
Our
back to
score
the action.
is 8-0 Eagle Academy. Okay,
Yeah.
so Rel is saying that it looks like it was unsportsmanlike.
Against who? Well, I guess if they moved it that close to the goal line, if it was unsportsmanlike against Eagle, they wouldn't have had such an easy 2-point conversion. So that kind of settles it.
Did they call it on Southshore? No, I didn't see it. Again, I wish.
We ball. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Ball.
I mean, honestly, the play I really want to highlight is Martin Koppelman on the third down, delivering the ball to C.J. McCracken. And just like you said, it was a beautiful catch because that ball was behind him.
Mm-hmm. Ball behind him, but he kept concentration, didn't let the sunlight get in his eye, made a play. Again, Eagle has some playmakers this year. This is not the Eagle team from last year where you had a couple of guys you knew you had to account for, but that was about it. There's playmakers all over this Eagle roster. This team is pretty good, and they're on the ascent as well. Whoever has to see them in the playoffs, it's going to be a difficult battle.
So if you got it looked like it wasn't unsportsmanlike on Eagle Academy.
Oh, so they took it on the kick.
Yes, they took it on the kick.
That's interesting.
I respect it. Now, I mean, you have number 4, Jason Dion back there. You have number 1, Tymere Lewis. So you want to make something happen as they kick it deep. And here it goes, Rowley. Let's see if he can make something happen. They're going to try some trickery. They hand it off to Adrian Antoine up the left sideline. But that's a good tackle from Eagle Academy. That's number 35 on the tackle.
Great discipline shown there by Eagle to not go for the trickeration, keep their lane discipline, and make a play once the play was available.
So 8-0. Here comes George Adams back onto the field. Could be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Listen, it's windy out here. It's cold, but we out here so you guys do not have to be.
Andre was trying to play big man and not wear his jacket. I came through hoodied and flanneled up. I knew what I was walking into.
I thought I was all right, but then that wind came and humbled me.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to Canarsie, Andre.
So it's a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Again, just like I was saying, your offense is on the field, down a score. It's very important to score here and answer back quickly if you're the South Shore.
I think South Shore is comfortable when they trail. They get a little more aggressive with the play calling. Their playmakers show up bigger. So I expect them to make a lot of plays on this drive.
In at quarterback, trying to see the number. That looks like number 5 at quarterback, Mr. Webb. Yeah, George is on the sideline. So it looks like we have a Wildcat here. Not sure what the holdup is. So, yeah, that looks like Jaden Webb in at the Wildcat right now. Hands it off. No, that's Adrian Antoine. He takes it himself up the left sideline, tries to make a man miss. And that's a good run from the Roadrunner, about a gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Good first down run there by Antoine. Made a man miss in the backfield, turned the corner, got upfield for about 7 yards. Good job by Eagle as well, not letting him break out because we know Antoine doesn't need much room to get into space and house call it.
But there was a flag. Looks like it's a holding.
This happens to me all the time. I give flowers, and then here go the piece of napkins.
So it's a 1st and 20 for South Shore. George Adams back in at quarterback now.
Adams, absolute stud at the quarterback position. I could see him playing at the next level.
Hands it off. Bottled up by Eagle Academy there. I see again Chase Hyacinth.
Jaden Webb on the carry. Got a couple of positive yards. Definitely expect him to go through the air on 2nd down and long after that holding call.
Yeah, so George is a player. He's growing into the position. 5 touchdowns last week against Fort Hamilton.
Yes,
obviously, it's a different animal here in Eagle Academy.
This is a statement game. We get to see how real you are when the competition level increases. I think he'll show up, though.
So 2nd and long. And they get Eagle to jump.
Hyacinth, a little too eager to get on the rush, gives 5 yards back to the South Shore D offense.
Me personally, what I do like, I like South Shore not abandoning the run, trying to fit in that Wildcat, fit in that zone read handoff. But down a score, let's see if it changes.
It's the first quarter, Dre. The entire playbook is at the disposal.
George looking to throw another flag. It looks like they're going to give them that 5 yards right back.
They playing that song by Aaliyah right now. I don't know if y'all know it. It's called Back, 4th and 4th. You get 5, you get 5. You know what I mean? Come on, people. Let's get it together.
If you guys know that song in the chat, let me know.
The
little
kids
don't know
that song.
No, they love Aaliyah, though.
That's for the parents. You heard?
They always got Aaliyah on the graphic T-shirts. Everybody like, you know who that is, young man?
These kids wear graphic T-shirts and don't know what they're wearing. Be some 9th grader with a Wu-Tang T-shirt, can't name one member of Wu-Tang. Pack them up.
2nd and 17 after the 5-yard penalty. George, ball on the ground, looks to throw, throws it, and it's incomplete, intended for Silas.
That rep was a complete mess from the snap. Bobble snap, panic throw by Adams. He throws a curveball in the dirt. We needed a fastball. 3rd and long coming up.
So it's going to be 3rd down. Again, 2 possessions, 2 times you're behind the sticks, Ray.
Yeah. But the thing about South Shore is a lot of teams would like white flag it and say, you know, we'll punt it, play the field position game. South Shore will try to air it out and get the 1st down. So let's see how they play this one.
So let's see. Adrian Antoine is isolated on the top of your screen. Let's see if that's where they go. 3 to the bottom of your screen. George takes it, looks that direction, looking to throw it to the road runner, throws it, and he has him wide open, but incomplete, just a yard off.
Had a man, had the step, just a little too much air on that. But like I said, where teams will white flag it, Southshore tries to get everything. That play will be there later. Tough break right now.
And to be honest with you, if I'm Eagle Academy, that is inexcusable to have Adrian Antoine one-on-one. It looked like
he was by himself.
Yeah, maybe a cover two, and Boyd just let him run right past him. I don't know what happened on that play.
Number 12 should never be that free. That was a blessing from the football gods.
Let's see if they can execute the punt this time. They do get it off. It's a decent punt. It will be fielded. That's Tyler Grayson, a very dangerous player on the punt returns. Look at him go. Gets down to about the 45-yard line for Eagle Academy. And, Ray, did they dodge a bullet or what?
Man, listen. Not only did they dodge a bullet on the deep ball, they are set up beautifully field position-wise after that line drive punt, giving them a lot of room to make decisions. He got about 10 or 12 yards in that return. And this Eagle offense that we know is dangerous, you can't give them short fields. They will score.
Execution. We always talk about it, especially in these matchups between two playoff teams. The margin of error is very small in these ball games. How many opportunities are you going to have? Because if I'm an Eagle Academy defensive coordinator, I'm saying, that's not happening again. I know there's trips to the bottom of the field, but we can't leave the road runner one-on-one.
Listen, Coach Dre told you first. That can't happen.
As they're going to hand it off to Zaza here. A good job from number 99 on the stop. That's Brandon Providence.
Yes, Brandon Providence on the stuff. Again, up the middle for the Vikings. Pretty tough. On the touchdown run, we saw Schultz get on the perimeter. Maybe that's something that the Eagles need to exploit going forward.
Yeah, Brandon Providence and number 54, Kaim Wilson in the middle of that defense. Very, very talented for the Vikings, as we have a 2nd and 6, let's call it. The 2nd and 6. Going to toss it to Zaza. Breaks a tackle. Trying to cut across the field, but good pursuit from the Vikings defense, not letting a big play happen, but it's going to be close to a first down.
Great rep by both sides. Schultz is showing why he's one of the most dynamic running backs in the city, and great pursuit by the Vikings defense, not letting him get free and still be running right now.
So it will be enough for a first down, 1st and 10. Eagle Academy right back on the ball. It's November football, so Eagle draws them off sides. Ray, how do you feel about how Eagle have approached this first quarter trying to establish the run?
I love that because, again, as you mentioned something important, November football, which means the temperature is going to drop. In these colder weather games, imposing your will, imposing physicality, setting the tone, dictates exactly how this game will be played for all 4 quarters. Love to see that from Eagle.
All right, so it's going to be a 1st and 5 after the false start. Still in the I formation.
Got to stay disciplined if you're Southshore. Don't give them 5 yards back. We don't want a cha-cha slide next.
Martin under center here. And it's going to be a false start on Eagle Academy. Let's go right back to 1st and 10.
Lean back. You can play all the songs today.
So just like you said, I've been really impressed with the middle of this Vikings defense so far.
But you look at, they got some big boys there now. They're not cutting corners trying to play fast. There's some big boys at nose tackle.
And one thing I think is interesting, I see Jason Dion, or better known as Roley, number 4, playing safety.
Deep
Gonna have some speed. And I like that they're keeping him deep in the middle of the field as well, because Eagle is going to take a shot.
And he can cover a lot of ground relatively quickly. He just has to make sure he keeps his eye disciplined, don't stare at the quarterback, read and react.
So it's a 1st and 10 now. Going to hand it off to Zaza, and this time it looks like that's number 11 on the play. Great job from Mr. Silvera.
Another stuff by the Vikings defense. I appreciate what Eagle is trying to do. It's a battle of wills. It is the first quarter. But right now, if we're scoring it on points as far as up the middle goes, Southshore is ahead.
So 2nd and 9. Looking to throw this time, looking deep. Martin is going to take off. No, he's going to throw it. That's to Juju. What a beautiful catch.
Lindor's all hands getting vertical. What might have been a dangerous throw in a double coverage, the biggest receiver in the area, Juju himself, goes up and brings it down. Once again, Eagle deep inside Vikings territory.
And that looks like that will be the last play of the first quarter. Our score is 8-0 Eagle Academy. And go ahead, Ray.
I'm saying very entertaining first quarter. Little bit of tug of war, but great job by Eagle being aggressive on offense and setting the tone.
What I love about that play from Martin is keeping your eyes downfield, keeping your shoulders square so you see the throw, and that relationship that he has, Mr. Koppelman and Mr. Lindor. Cut your route off. I'm throwing it right to you. You're the tallest guy on the field. Go get it for me. And that's exactly what Juju did on a second and long.
There's certain things you just can't teach. You can implore your players to do things, but to keep the eye disciplined, especially at this level, keep your eyes on the field. Don't worry about the rush and deliver the ball where only your guy can get it. You talk about it in practice, but only a certain few can deliver the ball that way.
Yes. So again, shout out to one of our sponsors, Boxed and Bound. End of the first, both teams going shot for shot. This one's a dogfight early, and the city's moving just as fast. It's the first week of November. Don't wait till the holiday rush hits. DM Box and Bound NYC on Instagram and use code NYC Football right now to lock in $15 off this week's move or delivery. Box and Bound. Find it, we'll move it.
Find it, and we'll move it. Moving like this Eagles offense right now.
Exactly. I like that. Good transition. Still in the I formation. Okay, I guess you can't call it I. Have the fullback kind of split out right now.
Yeah.
Zaza in the backfield. One-on-one with Juju if they want it on the bottom of the screen. This time they're going to toss it to Zaza, and that's a good job from number 28 making the tackle there.
Good job by Schultz, knowing that if he kept going to his left, that play would have been blown up in the backfield. I love when running backs put their feet in the ground and make a cut. Don't tap dance. Don't try to be Le'Veon Bell, thinking you can probe. Make a decision. Make a play.
And that was Peter Jean-Baptiste, 2nd and 3. No huddle for the Eagle Academy offense here. Sending CJ in motion, fake it to him, looking to throw, has a man on him. He's going to throw it into the ground. There goes that man again, Peter Jean-Baptiste.
Peter Jean-Baptiste was not fooled on that play action. It's almost like he was running a play for the Eagles. Blew it up in the backfield. Great job by Martin getting the ball out before it was a sack.
So it's a 3rd and short for Eagle Academy. This is very dangerous for Eagle. This is what balance is so important. The play action is there. You know, they tried to have it right on that last play. Let's see what Eagle do. It looks like they have a full house backfield.
Well, based on what we've seen in the first quarter, heading into the second, power running is the game. And now we have another flag.
As they get the Vikings to jump. It's like, hey, if you don't got to run a play, I'll take the first down if you'll give it to me.
You could tell this game means a lot to both sides when you have these kind of jittery penalties on the line. We've had a couple of false starts already, a couple of offsides already. It's a lot of nerves in this game.
So it looks like we should be 1st and goal. So it's going to be 1st and goal, Eagle Academy. Ball looks like the 4-yard line. Still in a full house backfield.
Shelters is, if you have Shelters on your fantasy team, doing all right.
And you got 2 on your fantasy. Touchdown, Eagle Academy.
Hello. Eagle this afternoon has told Southshore, number 2, you got to see him. If you can't deal with Shelters, you can't deal with us. 2-score lead early here in this game.
Yeah, man, it's been the Schulters show, but again, we talk about it wasn't a 3rd down, but when you're behind the sticks, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 10, can you convert? Eagle Academy with a 25 to 30-yard gain on a 2nd and 8, which really sets up this score.
Yes, sir. Great Eagle offense. That's been a staple of this entire season. The Eagle offense has been very consistent in moving the ball. Yes, they've had some moments where they didn't look like themselves, but for the most part this year, their calling card has been offense.
Going for 2 here. Full house backfield. Toss it to Tyler Grayson. He's just going to walk into the end zone, Ray.
The Eagle line, I know you saw it. A few players, they're pushing Southshore. Guys are leaving their feet getting pushed. Physicality this afternoon.
Just like you said, Eagle Academy said, we're coming to the floss. We're enforcing our will on this ball game.
This is a revenge game, if memory serves me right.
Absolutely.
Last year, Southshore came in to the nest and took their cookies.
Ate the lemon pepper wings in the middle of the field.
Didn't wipe their hands with napkins. It was all over the sofa and the curtains. Eagle didn't forget.
2-score lead. It's important for Southshore. Again, one other thing I said on Monday. Is this a heavyweight matchup or is this a middleweight matchup? What does that mean? In a heavyweight matchup, it goes back and forth. You saw E-Hall and Tottenville. E-Hall scored, Tottenville scored. E-Hall scored, right. Tottenville scored. And even in the game last week, you know, you can call it it was a heavyweight versus a middleweight last week, right? First 8 rounds, great. Mm-hmm. Second half of the fight, all Tottenville.
Here's what it is. You're either going to get Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. Which fight do you want to see? We want to see Canelo and Crawford. We want to see some back and forths. We don't want to see a beat down this afternoon.
Yeah, and it's going to be important here. Just like I said, you have the ball. You're down 2 scores. It's important. You have to get something on the board here. It's too much pressure on a defense to be on the field down 2 scores with a prolific offense in front of you.
Well, listen, we have a long game in front of us, and Eagle has shown that they have a game plan that works. We were one couple of feet away from this game being 16-7 or 16-8.
Tamir Lewis fumbling the pill. He got to pick up. Big shot. Balls on the ground. I think Eagle Academy have it.
What are you doing?
Yes, they do.
You cannot lapse judgment. You cannot lollygag in those situations. Fall on the football. Wow. Tough break for Southshore. Just as you finished talking about heavyweights and middleweights, it's sure looking like Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence right now. Wow. Mental mistake there by Southshore.
What a shot. We're trying to get the replay ready. Let me see if I'm going to go back on my YouTube to see who made that.
Man.
Hit. Let's look at it here. We're looking at it on our.
Let's fall on it.
Oh, that was Josiah Brown. Huge hit.
Those are the kind of hits defenders live for.
And here's the replay here so you guys can see it. Fumbling the pill, gets nervous, Josiah Brown.
Too worried about getting hit, just fall on it. Multiple times you took your eye off the ball, just fall on it. Now Eagle has it deep inside of Viking territory with a chance to make this a 3-score game. It could get ugly this afternoon. Martin puts it up, fade route to Juju. Just off his hands. 2nd down coming up.
Great job there on defense. Again, that's Trevor Smith.
Trevor Smith made it very difficult for Juju to make that catch. Again, blanketing him. Doing a good job as a DB of using his body to shield the wide receiver without grabbing and tugging.
Trevor Smith has had a great afternoon so far. We're already on 2 pass defenses, one on Juju, one on Josiah Brown.
This is a big – actually, that's not Martin in the game.
Yes, it's Aaron
that's
Smith
Cedric.
Aaron Smith in that quarterback.
Oh.
Hands
Smith,
it off. Ooh. Big shot.
Ooh.
Kaim Wilson, what a day for big number 54.
Wilson with the big time belly flop, body wrap, drilling him into the ground, getting some frustration off on that tackle.
So it's a 3rd and long here first down looks like about the 5-yard line. Aaron Smith in the game, trips to the bottom of the screen, looks to throw it, throws it, and another great pass defense. This time is number 6, DeAnthony Hanniford.
Okay. Hanniford breaking it up. Good. You know, not for nothing, the DBs of Southshore have done a great job.
And honestly, the defense here, after they were just on the field, and it's going to be a timeout, Eagle Academy. After just being on the field, you would think that a Southshore team would be, oh, man, we got to go back on the field again. But that's a great response, forcing a 4th and long.
There's a lot of talent on this team just scattered throughout. Southshore, they, do some recruiting, bring some kids in, mix and match. This roster is going to be set for the next couple of years. But right now, Eagle taking their cookies, man.
So I have Brandon Province, number 99. I have him down as a junior. I don't have the year for Kaim Wilson. If anyone in the chat knows number 54, what year he is, let me know.
Do you think Eagle goes for it here?
Oh, no, absolutely.
They called the timeout? Oh, they're going for it?
Well, if you look at the flag, the wind is actually in their favor here.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Eagle kick a field goal all year long.
Southshore has to win one more rep. This is one of the biggest reps of the game right here.
I completely agree with you. After a catastrophe on the kickoff, you need to stop the bleeding here and get a stop.
Absolutely.
So it's 4th and 10. Aaron Smith in the backfield with Joseph Pruden. Sends Zaza in motion. Takes a snap, looks right. Flag on the play, throws it to CJ.
Incomplete.
Should be another flag, but they're not going to call it. But there is a flag on the play. It looks like it's on Eagle Academy. So Southshore step up and get off the field.
Big time, 4 consecutive winning reps by the Southshore defense, holding it down for their team and keeping them in the game early on after a mental error put them against the ropes.
So everyone in the chat saying, oh, I came here and it's already over. Not so fast. One of the cliches in sports is one of the most dangerous leads is a 2-score lead. How different would this look if Adrian Antoine had another yard of pace or
Absolutely.
The ball was right on his hands there?
And listen, again, this is early in the second quarter. We have 2 teams that are known for having dynamic offenses. Go get your bacon, egg, and cheese. Get your bev. Get comfortable. It's about to be a long afternoon of football here.
Here's George Adams back onto the field after a defense gets a huge stop. And it's a bad snap.
You got to throw it.
And it's going to be – hold on. Who has it here?
Wow.
Is it a touchdown or is it a safety?
Looks like Adam recovered it.
And it is a safety for Eagle Academy. It just can't get out of their own way.
Southshore simply can't get right. They are beating themselves this afternoon. After a fumble kickoff, the first snap over the quarterback's head and a safety, what is going on this afternoon? Coach on the sideline has to be livid.
To be honest with you, it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. It's unfair to the defense.
Yeah.
Because guess who's coming right back on the field, Ray?
The defense. Tough break.
This is high-level football here. You have to limit the mistakes. The margin of error is too small. This is how games get out of hand when you're going against quality opponents.
At this point in the game, I'm willing to say that Southshore has used up all of their catastrophic errors for the game already. I feel for this defense, and this is a big mental proponent now. Will the defense want to continue to fight after this now? They just fought to get off the field. Will they still have that want to continue to push? Tough break for the Vikings, man.
As they have to kick it deep here. And would you, any trickery?
You might have to consider it, but they're too deep in their own territory to try it.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to put it on the tee. I think the wind is not going to allow them to be great here.
Or punt it.
Yeah, if they punt it, I think they can move up. Guys, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. If they're kicking it from the 20, if they were punting it, they could punt it from the 30, right? But because they're deciding to kick it off, they kick it off 10 yards back. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
And the wind is not in their favor. They're kicking into the wind. Ooh, a squib. Live ball. Good job by Eagle getting on it.
Sincere Hester doing a good job.
Interesting choice. A squib kick it that deep in your own territory.
Eagle Academy up 18 with the ball. That looks like the 37-yard line. Called the 38.
Southshore defense got to lock in again. Honestly, if I'm Southshore, I might need to try to force a takeaway here.
You know, the secondary has done a good job today.
Do you get more aggressive on the play caller? Do you send an extra body or two via the blitz?
Hey, if I'm the defense, I say, hey, we just got 4 plays straight. The middle of the defense is doing well. Got to figure out how to block Zaza on the outside. That's where they've been hurt the most.
I'm not sure if I like bringing in Aaron Smith when Martin was cooking.
Hands it off to Zaza.
54.
And again, Mr. Wilson, ball's on the ground, but it looks like he was down. Kaim Wilson, man. Tough.
Strong performance right now. The crowd is letting us know 54 is wildin'. Yes, he is.
Aaron looking to throw. Look
Goes
left.
off the edge.
Big
Brought down. And the ball. Whoa.
Flag on
They're
the
gonna
play.
call targeting. Oh, wait. I'm not sure anymore. He just said it was Vikings ball, but he threw the flag as the quarterback got hit.
There is a flag on the play. And it was a holding on Eagle Academy. So the South Shore defense steps up again. Peter Jean Baptiste.
Takeaway. What did I just tell y'all, chat? South Shore needs to get the ball back. And the defense showed up once again. You got to feel that pressure from the front side. If you're Aaron Smith, I just told you guys, I wasn't a fan of switching the quarterback out. With 13, Martin had momentum. And lo and behold, sack, fumble, front side pressure, that can't happen.
And you see here, I mean, Peter Jean Baptiste, an absolute free shot on Aaron Smith, and he makes the most of it.
Get Aaron Smith some smelling salts, because I know he's feeling that.
Looking to throw, throws it deep. Incomplete. Intended for Rowley.
Trying to get Rowley in on the action there, but he got hit as he was delivering the ball. Number 18 for Eagle Brooklyn got home on that play.
All right, so it's going to be a 2nd and 10. At this point, all George has to do is just get the ball to the playmakers. The defense is doing a great job.
Got to run a ball here. Get some positive yardage. Timeout. Vikings.
So a timeout for the Vikings. So let's go back to one of our sponsors in the chat. Boxed and Bound. Second quarter heating up. Both teams trading big plays, crowds going crazy. And Boxed and Bound, we're moving faster than the Wi-Fi when your landlord finally pays the bill. That's real Brooklyn speed. Wrapping, moving, and delivering citywide. DM Boxed and Bound NYC, NYC Football. Use the code NYC Football right now for $15 off before the weekend rush. Boxed and Bound. NYC moves fast, we move faster. Now, I'll get back to your point. You're completely right. You know, you have this 2-quarterback system, but, you know, you're at the point. I see Eagle Academy, you know, you're going 2 drives. Martin was playing incredible. You have to feed the hot hand if you're going to have this two-quarterback system. You can't be too stagnant, like two drives.
You can't be married to doing things one way. You have to be able to be variable in situations that call for it. Marrying yourself to those type of situations leads to mistakes and losses, and we saw that with that sack fumble.
Here goes George throwing the screen.
Whoa.
Up the left sideline, has a bit of room. That's a good job by Shalik Williams.
Good tackle in the open field, because if he doesn't make that play, that's about a 15, 20-yard gain. Overall, great pursuit by the Eagle defense, but a good call in. Sometimes you need something to get some positivity. I was calling for a run, but a screen pass is just as equal as far as positive yardage, positive plays. Get some positive momentum for your quarterback with a completed pass. Sometimes he just needs to see the ball land in his receiver's hands for him to get going.
So a 3rd and 1 in the chat. Looking to throw to the left.
Oh!
Too high for Adrian Antoine.
Too hot on the pass right there. He needed to hit him in the bucket right between the 1 and the 2. Had to make him reach and grab for that. Sometimes as a quarterback, you got to know when to deliver the ball with touch. Too much gas on that pass.
Ray, for the first time, it's an Eagle Academy game, and they're accusing me of being a Viking supporter.
Wow.
We're doing a good job being fair, man.
Come on,
Wouldn't you
man.
say that?
Yeah. What you want? This ain't Glaze Media. It's not Glaze Media. It's Sage Media. We're going to call it how we see it. If you want Eagle to get glazed, pack it up. Watch it on mute.
Here's Adrian Antoine on a 4th down.
Oh.
Makes it happen. It's going to be close. I think he has enough. Adrian Antoine took a big shot from Kavion Robinson, but it will be enough for a Vikings 1st down.
Wow. Pure chaos on that play. White shirts everywhere, but Antoine somehow found a way to get the 1st down.
And it looks like, yes, that is the 4-minute warning. So we'll update our – listen, if I'm the Vikings, if I keep it 18, if I can get a score, I'm going to feel a lot better about this first half.
Exactly. They're going to score here, though. I think Southshore has finally figured some things out. They'll get some points on this drive.
So let's see if you can make Ray Jarvis a prophet. George looks left, still looking,
Oh,
and is
good
deflected
defense right
by
there.
Sincere Hester.
Sincere Hester said, cut it out. He's been in his face this whole rep.
But again, you see George staring down Adrian Antoine. Sincere Hester timed it perfectly, deflecting the ball there. So it's a 2nd and 10. Adrian Antoine and Rowley on the bottom of the screen. The wide side of the field, they have a lot of room to play with.
Oh, yeah.
They have Tymier Lewis.
If you're a safety for Eagle, look for the play to go to the opposite side if they're going to overload to one area.
Eagle actually have 2 safeties in.
Keep contained if you're Eagle. Don't be overly aggressive.
George looks left, throws left, and it is intercepted by Tyler Grayson up the right sideline, still on his feet. Great return, Tyler Grayson with the big-time interception. But again, I said it before, there is a flag on the field that might be on the return.
Yeah. Tyler Grayson, great hands catch from a DB. We know DBs are DBs because they usually can't catch that well. Great hands catch by the safety, but we got to call out the quarterback for Southshore,
Absolutely.
George Adams, staring down Antoine, didn't look anywhere else. Most of the action to that side of the field anyway. So basically you stayed him down, you gave the safety an easy job to do. Oh, you're going to number 12. We already know that. We scouted for number 12. We practiced for number 12. So I'm taking it. You lucky that wasn't a house call. My headphones are falling off because I'm so annoyed with that decision right there by Adams.
And again, as a junior, he's still, trying to really get comfortable at the quarterback position. If you didn't know this, Ray, he actually was a tight end last year.
Well, that explains everything. Offense converted over to defense, so them hands are there.
So he stared the receiver down, and just like I was saying, if you're South Shore after this, you might look at that first half and be okay with it as we're waiting for the call here. It looks like it should just be on the return.
Here's what I'll say, and I say this not to pile on or be negative, but just because I know what the caliber of South Shore football is, this might be their worst half of football this season, considering the kind of turnovers and mental errors they've made. This has been their worst first half. They can't play any worse than this.
By the way, people in the chat, I promise you I am your worst adversary. You can say what you want in the chat, and you're just going to get timed out.
Yeah, bang them.
And I'm just going to laugh at you.
Oh, they got mad because I said it's not glazed.
Yo,
medium?
like I said, I'm very proud. I am a South Shore fan. I did not know that.
That's
I'm
crazy.
a South Shore fan, apparently.
The amount of work and real work you've done with and around the Eagle campus, now you're a South Shore fan.
That's what I'm saying. I'm doing something right.
You know what? I know what happened. Normally, Greg Polius and Shaq Mitchell do these games, and they're homers. Now you got you and I who call the game of the week, and we cannot be biased. This is what they're accustomed to a certain thing, Dre. That's all it is. Where's Greg? This is Greg's fault. Greg is a homer.
Greg set the standard.
They have programmed them to expect homerism.
Guys in the chat, like I said, I am their worst adversary because I'm going to time you out, and then I'm going to laugh at you. It's as simple as that. Let's evaluate this half, right? So I've liked how the Vikings have approached it, but execution. This is, if I count correctly, 3 extra possessions Eagle Academy has had now.
Yes.
3 extra possessions. And you want to call this a heavyweight fight? It cannot be. It cannot be.
3 extra possessions, and the Eagle has done a good job of keeping the ball away from guys like Rowley, guys like Antoine, who could really impact the game. This has been a dominant Eagle. This has gone – if Eagle could script our first half on the road against South Shore, this is how it looks.
Yeah, and if Eagles are able to get on the board here, I'm not going to call it the knockout punch, but the Vikings are all but knocked out.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to be that disrespectful. There's a lot of football to be played, and the Vikings defense has shown us all first half that they're here, and they will do what it takes to keep their team in the game. So I'm not going to write them off just yet, Dre.
Yeah, no. I actually hear what you're saying, but, you go from potentially making it 18-6 to now they have the ball back. It's a really bad mistake there from George Adams, but, again, young player has to grow into the position. The big penalty, they had the ball, I think, about on the 30 to 35-yard line. Yeah, it must have been the whole thing. Brings them all the way back to the 22-yard line.
Martin back on the field for Eagle. So I guess 2-2 continues.
Sorry, go to 2. Oh, there you go. Guys, let us know if the sound is back.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me, but it's not going to YouTube, so give us a second.
Ouch.
Just doing a quick sound check, y'all. All right, looks like the sound is back. All right. Sorry about that. You guys didn't miss any plays. That is always my focus.
Shelters wide open in the flat. Not a jersey near him. That can't happen. The best player on the Eagle offense cannot never be accounted for. You have to be able to know where he is. Keep a body on that man at all times.
4th down, throws it. CJ, I don't think he got it.
Oh,
they're going to give it to him. Woo!
The referee was on top of that. He on another flag. What happened?
I think this is after the play.
Wow.
Waiting for the flag.
The Eagle bench celebrating loudly.
So did you think he got it? I thought he was like a quarter of a yard short.
From the vantage point I saw, I agree with you. It looked like he was short, but I'm not sure. Maybe it was a matter of where because they spotted where he catched the ball. Maybe he got pushed back, but the referee was right on top of that. He was signaling 1st down as soon as he got tackled.
Yeah, and it looks like a penalty after the play on the Vikings. So that's going to make that about a 25-yard net gain for Eagle Academy. Not what you want if you're the Vikings. You have to stay disciplined.
Woof.
1st and 10. Ball's on about the 36-yard line. Martin still in the game. Looks left, throws left. As Zaza can't hold on to it. Big shot from the defense. Is Zaza okay? Yes, he is.
The beauty of being short in that case, if Zaza was 5'11", and he gets hit in the chest at that same velocity, he might have to sit out a couple of plays.
Ray, that was hilarious.
Hey.
That is a very good point there.
Koppelman is on fire today, though. That pass on target, got to bring it in if you're Zaza.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw, looking for the
Shot
screen. They don't have it.
Oh,
Martin's going to take it himself, showing a little bit of wheels. Martin Koppelman down for about 7 yards on the run.
Koppelman.
Timeout, Eagle Academy.
Showing you the whole repertoire. Good. You know what it is I like about IQ? You talked about it early in the first quarter. The IQ of Koppelman, very high, and you need to have that at the quarterback position. There's a lot of athletic quarterbacks who don't have the IQ, and they make questionable choices. Koppelman he's getting an A grade for me this afternoon.
Yeah, Koppelman, the young junior, I can't praise him enough for his play this season. Honestly, both quarterbacks, Martin Koppelman, Aaron Smith, they have been making that 2-quarterback system work all year long. But today just feels like Martin's day.
Yeah.
Rivalry game, he's composed. He sees that screen isn't there. He says, okay, I'm just going to take it down. I'm going to pull it down. I'm not going to force anything. And look, he gets a 7-yard game, makes it a 3rd and 3.
Right. And that's the thing. Every time I've seen Koppelman, it's been a high level of confidence, a high level of I know what needs to be done when I'm on the field. He's even in the game at Ehall, he never seemed like he was out of place playing in these games. So big shout out to Koppelman.
Yeah, I think Koppelman will make it onto a lot of postseason lists. Aaron Smith will probably make it on some lists as well. Of course, we have to evaluate all the quarterbacks across the league.
Right.
This game will go a long way in deciding that.
I'll put
you on the
playoff
spot. Teams.
Is there an all-Sage team this year coming?
We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
3rd and 3.
Oh, the encroachment.
If I'm not mistaken, that is the 3rd encroachment of the day for a 1st down.
Shout out to the Eagle contingent that's in the building this afternoon. A lot of Eagle fans travel for this game.
Leahy in the chat, I see you. You know, I'm a Long Island guy myself, played at Kellenberg Memorial, so I know about the quality over there in Long Island. So a 1st and 10, ball is on the 15. No, the 25-yard line. Martin looking to throw, staying patient, makes the throw, and it's intercepted! DeAnthony Hanniford makes a huge play for the Vikings defense yet again in this first half.
Hanniford playing the zone, baited the throw, and made the play. Just as we were giving compliment, all kinds of praise, he throws an interception. The announcer jinx is real, but credit to Hanniford. He baited the throw. That's great DB work, great zone work by Hanniford.
No, it's a great job. You know, Martin is a player that he believes in his arm. He tried to fit in a pass right behind DeAnthony, but DeAnthony came over from James Madison, made a huge play there in this rivalry game.
Southshore has to make this turnover count. The defense of Southshore, time and time again, standing up and doing everything possible to keep their team in the game.
Dre in the chat said commentary jinx, just like we did.
Yeah.
See, this is why we don't praise anyone. We praise someone and something bad happens. No, complete joke. So here we go again. Vikings offense on the field, down 18. Defense, if I'm not mistaken, the 3rd stop of the day.
Sack, fumble, turnover on downs, interception. They have done their job in the second quarter.
Absolutely. And here's Adrian. Is that Adrian? Yes, Adrian Antoine in at quarterback. Wildcat action, calls his own number.
Nowhere to go.
But the Eagle defense answers immediately. Flag on the play. Credit that to Beatty Joyf and Kavion Robinson.
Very physical front line. Physical up front by the Eagle defense. They are just mauling Southshore in the trenches today.
So that replay was the fumble. We'll get to the interception in a second. Flag on the play on Eagle Academy. Looks like it was a face mask.
Yeah, when one of the offensive linemen lost their helmet, they're probably going to call the face mask for that.
Oh, I guess illegal use of the hands, I'm pretty sure that would be. Is that an automatic first down in high school? I'm not sure, so let's see. It looks like it's 15-yard gain. Vikings will take it. I mean, this offense needs a pump of life injected into them.
Hey, yo.
1st and 10. Ball is on the 25-yard line.
2-minute warning.
Wait, did they just call the half? What was that?
Halftime.
That was the most anticlimactic end to the half.
Huh?
What? That was strange. All right, guys, so we're trying our best. It is halftime here. Our score in the battle between Eagle Academy and Southshore is 18-0. This is Andre Johnson and Ray Jarvis. We will see you on the other side of halftime.
Yes, sir.
And welcome back to Southshore High School. It's the Sage Standout Game of the Week. Our score is 18-0 Eagle Academy. This is Andre Johnson and Ray Jarvis on the call. Ray, how do you describe that first half, man?
First half marred by a lot of Southshore mental errors leading to the score looking the way it looks. But on the flip side of the mental errors, stout performance by Southshore's defense, keeping them in the game, keeping us locked in, and make sure that we still have 4 quarters of actual action in front of us. If not for the Southshore defense, we would be in peril right now as viewers of this game. So with that being said, look for the second half for the Southshore offense to wake up, but you get the sense that Eagle is trying to find a way to land that knockout blow.
You know, because of the onside kick, Eagle Academy get the ball to start. You know, they pulled the Tottenville. They gained the extra possession. And it's going to be crucial here. You know, they established the run very well with Zaza, number 2, Zaire Schulters. But it's going to be very important. Can Eagle come right from the beginning of the half and say, this will not be close? I know it's a rivalry game, but let's put it down here. Or will they give Southshore a little bit of faith going into the second half?
It's been a battle of wills between the Eagle offense and the Southshore defense. Southshore defense has won on points in the second quarter. They kept their team in the game because Eagle had plenty of chances to put this game out of reach, and the Southshore defense did what was necessary, forced a couple of turnovers, and got a turnover on downs as well. So you could say they forced 3 turnovers in that second quarter. They did their job. They have to do it again to start the second half. And then the Southshore offense needs to wake up because, quite frankly, guys like Rowley, guys like Antoine have not really impacted the game the way we would have expected walking into this noon matchup.
And, you know, I felt like I had a podcast downstairs as I was going to try to
you
grab
weren't
a
coming
water.
back.
And how many first downs did the Vikings have
Not many.
on the offense?
I want to say it was
Is
no
it
more
2?
than 5 for the first half. No more than 5.
Did they get 5 first downs on offense? Are you sure?
That's a blanket number. That means I'm not sure, but I know it wasn't more than 5.
Yeah.
2 feels. I feel like
Because they got the first down conversion. The passes they completed maybe a screen or 2.
I know Antoine had a 4th down conversion on that direct snap. It was more than 2, Dre. It couldn't have been just 2. But then again, with the turnovers and not getting possession.
Guys in the chat, yeah, let us know. How many first downs did the Vikings offense account for in that half? Guys, make sure you're active in the chat. If you're a member, make sure you show your emojis. I'm putting them in the chat right now. So in the second annual Lemon Pepper Bowl, whatever you want to call it, Eagle Academy up 18-0. Beautiful Saturday in the Floss. Sage Standout Game of the Week, second half action. Let's go. It's a squib. Ball's on the ground. Who has it?
Oh!
It looks like Eagle Academy did fall on it.
Almost a big momentum swing in favor of Southshore to start the second half. Tough break yet again. Eagle has it. First down coming up.
Man, if I am coaches all across the PSAL, we are practicing this nonstop. Too many.
Get on the ball. I'm sorry.
It's too many mental mistakes from the hands teams. And it's not just Eagle Academy. It's not just Southshore. We've seen it with Lincoln. We've seen it in E. Hall, Tottenville. You know, there are 3 phases to football: offense, defense, and special teams. You cannot disrespect special teams.
That's been a theme of yours throughout this season. You've had some gripes with special teams performances
I have.
every time you and I get together.
You're completely right. That is one thing I am biased for, good special teams play. So it's a 1st and 10 for Eagle Academy. They have it on their own 34-yard line. And it looks like it is Aaron Smith in at quarterback. Aaron takes it. He's going to keep it himself on his own read. Again, there goes that man again, Peter Jean-Baptiste. He had the forced fumble in that first half, and he makes a stop to start this second half.
Jean-Baptiste making sure that run didn't get any further. Good job once again by the South Shore front, not allowing too much in the trenches, lane discipline, keeping contained, doing a solid job this afternoon.
So he still got about 4 to 5 yards. We'll call it a 2nd and 5. Ball's on the ground. Bad snap. Eagle Academy avoid catastrophe.
Wow. This game, the mistakes, this is almost on the cusp of burn the film level. Almost.
Bad snaps.
Drop balls, overthrows, bad snaps, fumbles, picks, you name it.
The 3rd and 9. Let's see if Aaron Smith can convert here. Sends Lindor in motion. Going to change the play up. Eagle playing with a tight end. Looks like that's Sincere.
South Shore looks to be in man coverage.
Let's see if they get the tight end involved here. Looking to throw. Aaron throws it too high. Intended for Josiah Brown.
Great defense. Great stop again by South Shore. Will Eagle go for it this deep in their territory? I'm looking to see.
No, it looks like they're going to punt. So Another great stop for the South Shore Vikings defense.
Great job by South Shore getting another 3 and out. The defense has locked in. In fact, it looks to me like they have the answers for this Eagle offense.
So here we go. You have the road runner, Adrian Antoine, returning kicks. Do you punt it to him?
I'll put Rolly back there too. Double it up. But
the wind is blowing in the favor of Eagle Academy. It's a pretty decent punt. It's returnable, and it's it goes out of bounds. Unfortunately, almost kept it in bounds. Adrian Antoine, it could have been a catastrophe, was looking to return the kick, doesn't catch it properly. But it's not a catastrophe for South Shore. But they're going to lose about 20 yards of field position there.
Burn the film. That's all I got to say.
Special teams, Mr. Jarvis.
Hits him in the hand. He's thinking about the return because he had a lot of green in front of him before he secured the ball. And more mistakes. More South Shore harming themselves.
And was there a penalty on that, too? They were not that far back. Did he get a penalty? They're within the 5-yard line.
I don't think so. Another.
So there was a flag on the play, too. So they literally lost 40 yards of field position on that punt.
Burn it. Unless they somehow make this a game, if I'm the coach, throw this out.
So Adrian Antoine in at Wildcat quarterback.
Don't lean on this, right? Let me just move it over.
Shalik Williams in the backfield with him. Bad snap. Adrian still on his feet. Ball's on the ground. Is he inbounds for the touchdown? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Eagle Academy.
What? That's the second time this deep in their own territory the snap goes haywire. I'm speechless. I know I'm not supposed to be speechless, but this is terrible football. I'm sorry, Dre. I have to say it.
they essentially just handed Eagle Academy 8 points in this game off of bad snaps.
8?
More than 8. I mean, just think about where they were about 45 seconds ago, Ray. They get a 3-and-out, a very returnable punt from one of the most dangerous players in the PSAL. You mishandle the punt. There's a flag on the play, bringing you within the 5-yard line. Bad snap.
Terrible.
And here we go. Eagle Academy looking to make it 26. Hands it to Mr. Robinson. Punches it in. Our score is 26-0, Eagle Academy.
Part of me as well, it was 8 points because when they got the safety the first time, the Vikings defense stood up, so they weren't able to get a touchdown on that.
So we're going to get that replay ready for you. See if we can slow it down as well.
This is what is, and the thing is, I watched them on the sidelines. The snapper practicing snap after snap after snap, and in the first snap of the second half, you do that again.
But you know what it is, too? The wind is blowing into that end zone as well.
Yeah.
So, it's just unfortunate, man. Like, you want to see in a rivalry game, Sage Standout Game of the Week, you want to see both teams executing. You know? It makes it harder to judge the game when you have such poor execution on one side of it.
It's supposed to be the lemon pepper bowl, not serving wings to your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, they gave them 8 pieces right away.
At this point, it's 10 because you had the safety plus a touchdown and 2 points.
Oh, yeah, right, you're right. Yeah,
so now
10.
they done served them a 10-piece with fries.
Combo meal, man.
Or flats. Or drums, whatever your vice.
I see Biz Consulting in the chat. It's not an excuse, just a possible reason of why it could have been a bad snap. Tymeer Lewis takes it, and he's going to bring it just short of the 44-yard line.
At this point, if I'm I don't know what's going on.
So, yeah,
okay.
Like I said, it's not excuses. Like, the wind could be a factor. Of course, you're on the football field. This is athletics. You have to perform. You have to execute.
At this point, if I'm Southshore, put the quarterback under center. I can't trust the snapper to deliver the snap the right way against the wind.
That's not a bad call. All right, so in at quarterback, I can't tell the number. That's Silas. Silas going to take it. This is the best gain of the day. Silas Sealy brings it about 8 yards.
Good first down start there for Southshore. They need an abundance, a combination platter to keep the food references going of positives if they're going to get back in this one.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 1, let's call it. Gain of 9 for Silas. So now it looks like they're committing a bit to the Wildcat. Let's see if Eagle Academy makes the adjustment on their defense. Tries to get to the outside. Could have been a hold. But that's a great job by Shiloh Burgess. He's the first one there from the safety position coming up and making a tackle.
Great pursuit by the Eagle defense. About 4 to 5 white jerseys. Did not give that runner a chance to stretch it out. Number 7 for South Shore. That was Silas Sealy trying to turn the corner. And the Eagle defense turned on the Jets. Shut it down. 3rd and about 5 coming up.
Let's call it 3rd and 5. Listen, the chat is not liking me referencing the wind, so no more wind talk.
Listen, when you said it, I was like, he bugging, but I was going to let you be great. Shout out to the chat for keeping it 1,000.
Got to hold us accountable. That's what makes us different, man. We can't just be on here talking. So I apologize. I will not talk about the wind again.
You said the wind impacted the snap. I was like, all right, Dre. Notice I said nothing when you said that.
So it looks like George Adams back in at quarterback. Looks right. Throws right. He gets hit as he throws. Incomplete. Intended for Tymeer Lewis.
Straight jailbreak on the right side of that line. got to do better. You got to give your quarterback a chance to make a play. Will Southshore go for it is the question. And it looks like they are not.
Trying to see who came screaming off the edge there.
Looked like it was number 18.
No, it was number 11.
Number 11?
Mr. Chase Hyacinth.
That's right. Damn, they're not going for it? Wow. Is that white flag entertainment?
Well, let's see. They got to get this punt off now. Let's watch the snap.
Might be a fake.
Good snap. Good kick. Is it returnable? No. So it's going to be a first down. Looks like that is. Looks like that's about the 21-yard line for Eagle Academy.
I'm surprised Southshore didn't go for it. I'm not going to beat the dead horse, but I thought being down essentially 4 scores, they would take advantage of every offensive opportunity. Not going for it is very interesting.
Andy Photography in the chat, I completely agree with you. You know, the Southshore defense does not deserve this score line right now.
Southshore defense, you could say arguably the score is 16-0 because there's 10 points through safeties, touchdowns in the end zone on bad snaps, etc. But the score is the score at the end of the day.
So Aaron Smith still in that quarterback. I'm wondering is there something – no, Martin is okay. I saw Martin come to this sideline earlier in the half.
Remember you said it, the two by twos.
2x2, okay. So Aaron in the game, hands it off to Zaza. Still on his feet, a whole lot of room, and there goes Mr. Schulters. Gonna get hawked down, but Zaire Schulters, what a player, Ray.
Somebody lost their ankles about 40 yards ago. Put his foot in the ground, hit the circle button, out of there. Big time first down for Southshore. And it looks like Hannaford is down. We're going to step away for a second.
Zaire Schulters.
Man, can we get a replay of that? Because when he got into that second level,
man.
That juke, ooh.
I mean, that's why he's really one of the best players in this league, and it's crazy to say that only as a sophomore, but you really have to say Zaza is one of the most dangerous players in the entire PSAL. You get him a bit of room, that's his longest run of the day. You see what he can do. What I want to see in this game next is I want to see you finish those runs.
Yeah.
But that will come as he grows, just becomes stronger, becomes faster. Can't wait to watch this player grow.
Get that breakaway speed.
Yeah. As Mr. Hannaford looks like he is okay. So here's the replay.
Look at this right here. Breaks through
1,
the
2, 3. Excuse me. Barbecue chicken in the middle of the field. Zaire Schulters.
Put that right foot in the ground. Get him out of there. Feet off the ground, number 19 for Southshore. I'm sorry, Jair Parker. You are part of someone else's highlight package. You hate to see it.
Listen.
Tough break.
You won't be the first, and you won't be the last. Zaza brings it all the way into Viking territory. Sends Josiah in motion. They're going to throw it out to him. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Here he goes. Josiah Brown can make a 3-yard gain. So entertaining, man.
Josiah Brown almost created one of the highlights of the year. What a move. One of the most dynamic 3-yard plays I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think they want to get the ball to Josiah Brown a little less telegraphed.
Yeah, because he almost got blown up initially.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, let's call it. Vikings defense did a good job rallying to the ball. Aaron Smith next to Zaza. So it's going to be a delay of game on Eagle Academy.
The coaches in the stands frustrated by that delay of game call. The players were waiting on the call from the sideline. It didn't get in on time, and we have a delay of game.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 12.
Quite frankly, Eagle probably would eat the delay of game. Up 26-0. They'd rather clock them.
Aaron Smith looks left, throws left, has a man. That's Josiah Brown. Here we go. Still on his feet, brings it. Fell down pretty hard there.
Josiah
looks like
Brown
Josiah's okay.
With a good catch and run, getting the ball in space. This time not as telegraphed as before. Cut up the field, almost had a house call there, but the inside the 10, 1st and goal for Eagle coming up, looking to add more to this bloated lead.
And just like I was saying, again, a 2nd and long, a 3rd and long. Eagle rip off 17 yards. The second time they've done that today. That is such a huge difference in the backbreaker for the defense. So it's actually 1st and goal. Ball is on the 9-yard line. Eagle, explanation point, gives it to Zaza. Stretches for it, waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Eagle Academy.
Once again, Zaza getting on the perimeter of that Southshore defense where they are not as strong against the run. Empowers his way into the end zone, but there is a flag, and this one might be coming off the board.
I think this is going to be after the play, maybe. So it looks like it is after the play.
Okay. Sportsmanlike. All right.
Just waiting for clarification.
Right.
So this should be for the 2-point conversion.
Nah, they kicking it.
Okay, so, here's the PAT.
Which is what I talked about earlier in the game when they accepted the penalty on the kick as opposed to the conversion, which I thought was weird. This is what you're supposed to be doing, pushing back.
So let's see Martin Koppelman again. I won't use the W word, but the W's in his favor, but that won't matter. You can't return it. You cannot return it, please. Blow the whistle. You can't return it.
The referee has blown the whistle. 19 chose to ignore it. The play is dead, people.
But here's the thing why that play really matters, right? You have one of your quarterbacks running down the field trying to make a tackle on a play that does not matter.
Exactly.
You cannot return a 2-point conversion or a PAT in high school.
That part. This is the second weekend in a row we've seen that. But this time I'm willing to say that the referee was right in front of him blowing the whistle. 19 chose to ignore it and keep running.
Yeah, the referee can only do so much there. The referee can't tackle him himself.
Of course. That's what I said. 19 chose to keep running. He was like, I'm going to run anyway.
So our score remains 32-0 Eagle Academy over Southshore. So I'm seeing Lincoln and Port Richmond. The score is 13-7 Lincoln. That is a very interesting score. I did think that game would be competitive. So let's go to our sponsors, Boxed and Bound. Second half back on. Energy's wild and the hustle never stops. Boxed and Bound out here helping New Yorkers get it done before the holiday madness hits. Marketplace deliveries, quick moves, you name it. DM Boxed and Bound NYC and use the code NYC Football right now and lock in $15 off while it lasts. Boxed and Bound. Find it, we'll move it. So, in a situation like this, if I am the Vikings, I think I'm putting back in George. I'm saying, listen, this game looks a bit out of reach, but we need some momentum getting ready for the playoffs. What you think, man?
Hands down. Quite frankly, I thought that they would have left George on the field for that 4th down in the previous possession. I didn't like the fact that they essentially told the sideline that they quit. You look at the way the defense even played. They accept defeat. So at this point, I don't even know what to expect, Dre.
Let's see if Rowley can make something happen here. Chase Hyacinth, great job on special teams.
Hyacinth, his game tapes. Top tier. He's all over the field.
Chase Hyacinth is a player I rate very, very highly. Only a junior, Ray. He'll be back.
So you mean teams have to deal with this guy again? Man, better, bigger, stronger, faster? Good luck.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 for this Vikings offense. Let's see who comes out onto the field. So the score – oh, okay, sorry, excuse me. I saw a score in the chat. All right, so yes, George back in the game. Let's see if they can get something going. The mad thing is that was another bad snap, Ray.
I don't know what's going on today. The long snapper or the general snapper for South Shore is having probably the worst day of his career.
Nappy, that's a hilarious comment in the chat. It's actually going to be an offsides on Eagle Academy.
Something positive for South Shore. You got to get some points if you're South Shore, man. Give your guys something to cheer about.
All right, so it's going to be a 1st and 5 for the Vikings. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen.
Yo. The boss man.
All right, not sure what the – all right, so the ball's down. Not sure why what we're waiting on. So here we go. 1st and 5 for the Vikings. Send Silas in motion.
And now we have a false start maybe? This game is not – I hate this for South Shore. It's really the point I'm trying to make.
Oh, so it's another offsides.
Where did you see someone flinch?
No, my eyes were caught in the backfield that time, so I didn't see a flinch. So it's going to be a 1st and 10, new set of downs for the Vikings.
We'll take it. 10 yards positive, another 1st down in the books for South Shore.
So let's see if it looked like they were setting up a screen there. Let's see if they go back to it. They hand it off to Shalik, and look at Josiah Brown in on that tackle. Chase Hyacinth is getting up from the bottom of that pile as well.
Mr. Everywhere, Josiah Brown.
Guys in the chat, let me know who should we interview for player of the game, because there's a lot of candidates. Of course, Zaza will be in there, but let me know. George throws it out to Rowley, and he takes a shot.
That play was going nowhere fast. Rowley takes a massive hit, almost like no one was blocked on that screen. Tough break once again for South Shore. 3rd and long coming up.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, let's call it.
It's 9.
Yes, Tone, appreciate you. I'm a terrible YouTuber. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I actually found out that 40% of people watching are not subscribed, so please subscribe.
This is why when I'm calling the games, I spam that button, hit that like.
George looking to throw.
Put it up,
composed, takes a big shot from Kavion Robinson.
Oh, man. Big time sack there by Eagle. George holding on to the ball for far too long. Basic quarterback principle. Once you get out the pocket, you got to get rid of the football. He held on trying to make a play, and he felt the wrath of the Eagle defense. You can't hold on to the ball that long.
You know it means something to the Eagle defense to pitch a shutout.
All this talent on the South Shore offense, and they just can't get right this afternoon. Eagle has had all the answers.
So it's going to be a timeout, South Shore.
Tough break. Tough break. Monday's podcast is going to be a doozy.
You know, I always have to go back and rewatch the games. There are things I have to see. But even just thinking about this game, if you're South Shore, you have to be disappointed at your level of execution on this day.
Disappointed.
And it starts from the first or second drive, whatever it was. No, let's start just from the onside kick to start the game. You have to be ready. I know that was a bit of a wrinkle. They caught you by surprise, but you had more than enough time to get that ball. There's that. And then again, the score is 7-0 or 8-0, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Adrian Antoine is running wide open down the field, and you miss it.
Think about the kick return that he couldn't feel. He got blown up.
And it was only 16-0 at that point, right?
Yep.
So this South Shore defense, you know, you always want to pull something positive from the game, right? So this South Shore defense really showed me that they can hang in there with some of the top teams. Because this Eagle Academy this Eagle Academy offense is one of the top offenses in this league. But if your level of execution is that low and you're making that many mistakes, you don't even give yourself a chance in these kind of a high-level competition.
You essentially playing the game with one hand tied behind your back.
And just for clarification, what do I mean by level of execution? We're not talking about making a big play, head tapping somebody, spin move, making three people miss. No, just executing. Open receiver, delivering it to them. Limiting the penalties, snapping the ball.
Let's put a ball in there. It's the attention to detail. The details in this game for South Shore have been ignored, and it reflects on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so let's see. So now that looked like they're flipping sides, right? Yes. So that is the end of the third quarter. Our score is 32-0 Eagle Academy.
Tough.
So I'm seeing Chase. I'm seeing Josiah Brown. I might have to talk to Josiah Brown, man. Josiah Brown was incredible today.
Yeah. He's been all over the field. He might not, have a – does he have a touchdown today? I don't think so.
No.
But he's been all over the field.
Yeah, I'm thinking listen, if Leslie Taylor is telling me to interview Josiah Brown, she's always a supporter in the chat. Then I'm going to have to interview Josiah Brown. It's decided. Martin looking to throw, throws it deep for the kill shot.
Ooh.
Out of bounds, intended for Juju.
I don't even know if that's what you call a kill shot. They spamming now. Relax. Run the football. The score is 32-0.
My guy Nappy in the chat goes, the Wind is the Sage Standout player of the game.
Oh, they killing you. They are killing you.
Nah, y'all are hilarious. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Something's telling me Eagles going to want to put more points on the board. Hands it to Zaza, a lot of space. There he goes, showing some muscle. We're using a truck stick there, Zaire Schulters.
That low center of gravity, he starts bringing up momentum, picking up momentum. He will run over some people. Definitely, he reminds me of Darren Sproles in a lot of ways.
Definitely like Darren Sproles. No, guys, we won't be doing the JV game tomorrow.
Does Sage do JV games?
When we are asked to.
Oh, okay.
So let's see, third and 3. Wind is picking up again. The W word I wasn't supposed to say. Hands off to Zaire Schulters. A whole lot of room. On a dive, he rips off about 9.
Big-time power run there by Schulters. You see the want to and the energy from the South Shore defense is gone, and Schulters is making hay.
Now, Tone, I'm not going to say nobody cares about JV. I wouldn't say that. Hold on. Going to hand it off to Zaza. A whole lot of room. Another touchdown for Zaire Schulters.
Telling you, once that 1-2 leaves, the run game becomes more impactful. Eagle powering and plowing through as Schulters, the star of today's game. He's getting the interview. He's dominating. The score reflects it. It's about to be a 40-piece hand of floss.
And if I'm not mistaken, Is it 3 or is it 4? I'm pretty sure that's his 3rd touchdown on the day.
It might be.
Guys, let me know in the chat. I'm pretty sure it's 3. I don't think it's 4.
This is 3. He had the big run that would have been a house call.
Because
but
they recovered
one on that side.
They recovered 1 in the end zone.
3. He has 2 touchdowns.
Or is it 4? Is it 4 touchdowns? They punch it in, and there is the 40-piece combo meal. Yeah, somebody – and sorry, and that's my fault. I usually mark down the touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Is it 4?
Look at the chat. You tell me. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4.
I know for sure
I think it's 4, honestly. Yeah, it's 4.
Going that way, and he had the one where he stretched it to get into the end zone to make it 24. Then they went for 2 to make it 26. I'm not confident on that 4th touchdown. But then again, they haven't.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of 4s.
It's 4 because they haven't thrown any touchdown passes.
That's why I was trying to think the hardest. They didn't throw for any. Yeah, it's definitely 4 because they didn't throw for any. They recovered the 1. They got the safety. That's how we're at 40. There you go.
Are these kids over here? They're players from E-Hall?
Yes, that's actually Kendu right there. You see, got to shout out Kendu Brown. In my opinion, top quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in the PSAL right now.
So
Monster.
E-Hall.
Oh, they're trying. All right, Eagle Academy.
What you seeing out here, man?
Eagle Academy trying to go for a big number, going for the onside kick. Yeah, so my point about JV, so the way I look at JV, there's a lot of value to it, right? I think they don't need the cameras. It should be a time where you just kind of can just develop as a football player. You know, it is cool. Like, of course, we would do a game if we get hired to do it. But I feel like the focus of JV should not be the cameras. Just focus on your game. And I forget who said it in the chat. There should absolutely be a JV playoff. I was I played at Kellenberg in the Catholic League out in Long Island. We had a JV playoffs. Some of the best memories I have as a football player. So it's unfortunate that, you know, the PSAL doesn't have a JV playoff. As they get the ball over to Adrian, but that's a great tackle from Travis Harris.
Well, you know what? Shout out to the JV players. A lot of times, there's not so many guys who are like supreme talents who could just come in and start as freshmen. You got to go through the JV route, get your weight up before you get to the varsity level. So shout out to all the JV players in the city.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much pressure on these young guys now. Oh, I'm a sophomore. I'm not on varsity. I'm a failure. Like, no. Just that's regular. As they get the ball over to Rowley, makes a man miss, makes another man miss. He's still playing competitive football. Good job there from Jason.
One thing I like about Rowley is that he's not the biggest guy. He takes some big hits, but he absorbs those hits and gets right back up. And you put him in space, one of the most dangerous in the city.
As they get a positive downs, like I said, and that's a false start. Yep. But again, it's important. Yes, the game is out of reach, but to build confidence, get George to complete a few passes here, and honestly, get some points on the board. Listen, you know how these Eagle guys are going to give it up on social media and everything like that. Get some points on the board if you're a Viking.
Quite frankly, they're going to give it up crazy on social media anyway because it's 40.
40-6, 40-0, 2 very different scores. So
not really.
Looking to throw, gets it out to Tymier Lewis with some people in front of him, steps out of bounds.
Good play call. 40-6 and 40-0 is just equivalent of you trying to blame the win for a bad snap, Dre. Come on.
And it is the 4-minute warning, so we're at 4 minutes. They're running the clock.
What you see here is what we call belt. Everybody, put hashtag belt in the chat.
Do not put hashtag belt. Ray, don't get me. You're gonna get me in trouble, Ray. Do not do that.
Don't do that,
You're
chat.
getting timed out. Ray's getting timed out. Muting his mic. Throws it incomplete. Intended for time.
Oh, weak.
If you're a Viking, what can you build off of from this game, Ray?
Nothing. Burn it. The defense.
There you go.
The defense showed out today. They played until they couldn't play anymore. They ran out of gas. But the offense, throw it away. Special teams. If you're the matter of fact, special teams needs to get some work. And if you're the center of the Vikings offense, coach, give that man a football all week. Let him walk around with a football all 5 days in school this week. Extra.
Flex it as Sincere Hester again.
Almost another big play by the Eagle defense. Extra reps in practice for the snapper because this was a rough day for him.
Look at all these people I got a timeout in the chat just because of Ray Jarvis.
What they put in belt?
Y'all should mute your mic. Oh, you're getting that the 10-second slap on the wrist. 10-second slap on the wrist.
All right. Guys, stop putting belt in the chat. Don't do that. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, there's only 200 people you're talking to, Ray. You know.
Well, the Eagle fans wanted some homerism. I hope you're happy.
Fourth down here. Let's see if they can convert. Throws it right. Incomplete.
Oh, miscommunication once again on offense by Southshore. The quarterback was expecting a go route. The receiver cut it short. Fourth down. Hey, that's game.
And it looks like they're calling the game there. Eagle Academy gets the big win over rival Southshore, moving to 5-2. Definitely will move above Southshore at the end of the year. So both teams are 5-2. This is Andre Johnson and Ray Jarvis. Thank you, guys. We have more football for you next week. It's the big one, Curtis versus Tottenville. Good night.
Sir.